What's going on, everybody? What's up, what's up, what's up? The Rickest on the grind. Jazzy Blazzy, what's up, Onion? TJ says, something wrong here. It wasn't supposed to start 30 minutes. Yeah. Stuck on the last mission on Act 3 on Xbox because I just tried and it was too difficult. Are you talking about the Summit or Glitterhelm? Yeah, anyway, I wanted to get started as soon as possible because I am just rapidly running out of time here before I've got to start doing the move stuff. And, you know, there may have been a little bit of procrastination. I ain't gonna lie. But, like, it's approaching so quick. You know, I thought that I was going to be able to stream until, like, Sunday or maybe even Monday. And then spend like Monday afternoon and Tuesday like just packing the truck and getting ready, but I just found out I've got to actually be in Spokane at like early in the day on Monday, which means I'm gonna have to leave at like 2 a.m. Monday morning to make it over there in time. Yeah, you get mythical drops in Nightmare. Oh yeah, I still gotta pack and do everything. Now, what I gotta do is I gotta drive over there, which is like a 9 to 10 hour drive to start off with. And just close on the house and get all the papers signed and all that crap. And then after that, I gotta drive back home, throw everything in a moving truck, and then drive back over there in the moving truck. So I'm gonna be completely offline for at least 7, probably more like 10 days maybe, but I'm not going to go silent in Discord and everything until probably Sunday night, maybe even Monday morning, before I take off on the trip. It's going to be rough, there's no doubt. Anyway, still on the grind, trying to find some better primitive set. Well, I mean, I'm anxious to get over there. That's the thing, is the house it brings fiber internet, my own little studio area that I haven't had for about 6 years. I mean, I'm excited to get it all over with and get over there. You know, it's going to be way, way better. Gonna be my live stream schedule is gonna be heavily expanded on. My production value is gonna go way, way up. Like right now, just to stream at 1080p 60 to you guys, I'm streaming through a remote shadow server. So I'm like Netflixing the game down to myself at a lower resolution, and then streaming from that shadow server to YouTube at 1080p 60. Well, all that will all be inconveniences of the past, you know? Just won't have to deal with it at all, which is awesome. But having my own studio area again and gonna soundproof the walls and all that stuff, make it all proper. Like right now, I'm stuffed in a corner in the living room, so you get the echoey sounds and the bad microphone production. All that will all be changing. So, I mean, I'm super, super stoked. Just gotta make it happen, though, you know? My favorite character in DDA would have to be... Well, I mean, my favorite character in every Dungeon Defenders game is the monk in the EV. No real difference there in DDA, to be honest. Where you at, Mr. Oga? Where you at? This build is really, really good, but you have to watch for where the ogres come from. Like, if the ogre comes from that north lane or that east lane, then you need to go over to this side of your stack and make sure that the pet is buffing it. And if it goes to the other lanes, then you want to be on the other side of the stack to make sure the pet is buffing the right things, you know? Yeah, I watched the live stream. Well, I'm looking forward to DD2's update too. I think the thing there is we're really going to have to really watch our expectations, you know? It's going to be one, maybe two people that are working on it. They're not going to be able to like flush a bunch of content out like people are expecting. And remember, just because it's been 2 years since we've gotten an update, it doesn't mean they've been working on this update for 2 years. You know, this is all something, I'm assuming, that was started recently. So, I mean, we're still going to have to wait for DD2 stuff. Like, the first update is going to be balance and bug fixes, like they said. They're going to add in some cosmetics, of course. And then the content updates won't come until after that. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, exactly. That's the hard part. That's the hard realization. There, Uzar. Just getting an update alone is a huge, huge benefit. Well, I can't tell you what will happen in DD2, but I can tell you what won't happen in DD2. There won't be any major game reworks. There won't be any massively game-changing engineering going on, because all that costs a lot of money, and it takes a lot of time. What will happen is bug fixes, some balance changes. Remember, there's a lot of content that was never used, a lot of assets that are already done, like there's maps. I know for sure that Wild West map in DD2 was never launched, and that was teased heavily with screenshots. So I mean, the map is like, the assets have got to all be there from the map. It just needs to be rigged or whatever, you know. So I mean, I think we can expect to see that kind of stuff. Middle of the line giraffe. Sadly, no godly gear on the fusion items, which is a big boo. Big boo. Well, you got to remember, if they're gonna add, or they're gonna make work what is already in the game and hasn't been released. So adding in new things or new mechanics takes lots of dollars. And what they don't have is lots of dollars to throw at it. Yeah, they've been saying they were working on 2 characters for a while. I'm curious as what they are. And will we get them both at the same time? You know? Will we get them both right out of the start, or are we going to have to wait? That will be the challenge. I finally broke down and cleared out some inventory spots yesterday. And look at that bad boy. That would be a great DPS piece. I don't think I have any DPS characters in Ancient Gear, though. It's worth holding on to for a minute. Other stuff can go away. I mean, I would like if they did something with Onslaught, personally. I think Onslaught is a ridiculously brain-dead, awful game mode that can die in a glorious fire. That's my opinions of Onslaught mode. RNG should not decide difficulty, period. What happens after you move? Well, yeah, of course I'm going to continue loot. I'm going to expand on it all, William. I'm going to have a proper recording studio again. I'm going to have a better internet connection. You got to realize it's not just streaming for me. Having this bad upload speed, if I do a 15-minute video, it takes like 90 minutes to 2 hours just to upload it to YouTube, you know? So, like, what takes me 2 hours to get done now, I'll be able to get done in 15 minutes then. So there will be more of everything. There will be more YouTube. There will be more live streams. Not just more, but better. I'm gonna put a video out that's going through everything. Yeah, I might even get my own Xbox. Absolutely. I mean, I'm hoping to sneak one in. I'm gonna try to... I don't have a very big studio budget at the moment, but I do have a little bit of money set aside to like soundproof the walls and everything. So I'm hoping I can come up with enough money to sneak an Xbox into the studio budget. Shh, don't tell the wife. Don't tell her. She ain't watching right now. Watch, the 1 in a million chance she's actually watching right now. Terrible, huh? Alright, let's, what do we want to do? I mean, I kind of feel like I want to do that again for another chance. Let's do it one more time. I debated on setting up a quick little, like, 1 or 2 week long GoFundMe, but I just hate doing that sort of thing. But I might do it. I'm not positive yet. I mean, it's going to be awesome, y'all. It's going to be awesome. I just got to get there. What's not going to be awesome is packing the truck, driving to Spokane just to drive back so that I can drive there again in a big-ass truck. Stuff like that is not going to be fun. But once I get there, oh yeah, it's going to be good shit. What's going on, Michael? How you doing? She wouldn't say anything, and I didn't just get it. I would get a text message. She wouldn't say anything in stream chat to call me out. But if she was watching, I'd get a text message that said, Xbox, huh? The hell you thinking, boy? I would get something like that. Fusion gear is necessary for Rifted. It's not necessary for non-Rifted, no. It does make life easier in the non-Rifted modes, but it's nowhere near necessary. I mean, we were all doing Massacre before Rift mode ever came, you know, in our non-Fusion gear. You actually get more stats in the non-Fusion gear, but you lose the benefits that come with the Fusion gear. There's going to be a video in that. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to get a bunch of content recorded. That way, the channel doesn't sit empty for a week, or hopefully it's only a week. More realistically, probably maybe 10 days. I want to make sure that there's daily content uploading for you all. And I'm even going to upload a video to Twitch, which, you know, how often does people upload videos to Twitch? But yeah, I'm even going to do that. Basically, I'm doing, this is a modified version of that build that the Ick posted way back when. And then Aramir modified it a bit, the build, and this is a modified version of Aramir's build. Basically, I'm doing Aramir's build, but I'm replacing his shock beams out with walls, and that gives me a little bit more forgiveness where I don't have to pay attention so much. So, like, in Aramir's build, you would have a 3DU shock beam here, and I'm going with a 3DU wall instead. And that's the only change that I've made to it. But it works really good. It actually works really good the other way, too, but there is one RNG element on Ogre spawns. The game runs really good on PC, no doubt. That's the upside of this latest update. Like, people are pretty pissed about the amount of time it's taken to complete maps. But the upside to that is there was massive boosts in game performance. So we were rewarded for the slowdown, you know. I'll still keep anybody that wants to. I mean, I'll put all this in the video because I will put a video up. I'm not just gonna blindside everybody and go quiet. But the best way to get a hold of me after, say, Sunday is going to be Twitter. Because, you know, I got the Twitter app on my phone. It's quick and easy and painless. I'm not going to be loading into Discord or answering comments or anything from my phone. Alright, Uzar, we'll take it easy, man. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate you. My highest cat, I don't have any really spectacular cats. I think my highest one is like 122%. I never got any of those really, really bad boy cats. And I mean, I was clearing the content with 122%, and I got ungodly burnt out on fighting the Demon Lord. So I didn't push it and try harder. Alright, well, we got everything built. Just barely enough mana. Did upgrades a little differently there that time, apparently. Let's see, we want traps, an apprentice, electric, and ensnare. As far as the fusion gear. Trying to start every wave with an overcharge up. Just to get that first few seconds. And it also, if there's a fast ogre spawn at the beginning of the wave, like there always is, it just annihilates that ogre super, super quick. Thanks, Sarah Mooney. Satro, what's up? Yeah, I can't wait to see some more info, for sure. Some DDA game updates, like some expansions, some game-changing things are added. When? I think it will be a little while. Remember that the base game is still being put together. I know the game says it's launched, but some of those base items in the game are not there yet. Like player trading is not there yet. Split screen is not there yet. Those things need to be there. So I am guessing they are going to work on that stuff first and work on getting the game out to the other platforms. You know, remember, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch originally were all promised to launch at the same time as PC. Now, obviously, that was an unrealistic goal that they gave themselves, but it is a priority for them, you know. Kevin, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Definitely a priority for him. Yeah, it sucks that frame lock on the Series X. I can tell you the game runs really, really good on PC. It's never going to run like this on an Xbox One. But a Series X, it should run like this. You know? It runs super, super good on PC. Just really, really smooth. 100 plus frames per second all the time. You know, no matter what's going on the screen. Just super, super duper smooth. So, I mean, I'm excited for PS5 and Series X. Yeah, I'll be doing the webcam again after I move. That's all part of the move, too. You guys will get to stare at my glorious face once again. Everybody be like, damn, you old. But yeah, that will be going back up here soon. It's all about this move, y'all. It's a big deal. I mean, it's a big deal for me in my life, but it's a huge deal for content on the channels. I mean, literally everything production related is going to go way up. Oh, you're not old yet, Renee. Yeah, I used to use a webcam all the time. Back many years ago. When I lived in Vegas, I had my own gaming area. It wasn't necessarily set up as a studio, but it was a game room for me and my son. And we had all our consoles and 2 PC setups and all that in there. Yeah, I got you by a few years. Just a few years there, Renee. Ooh, that wall got beat down. Oh, I didn't have the mana for the overclock, that's right. Not enough juice there. We'll go on the wall just to be safe. Blow the rest of it here into the DSTs, I guess. What's going on there, DJ? How you doing? See, that ogre just melted like he wasn't even there. It was like he was a goblin. That's the benefit of starting the wave with that overcharge. Just brings a whole lot of beast mode to the first few seconds. I'm gonna shoot for... God, it's only the 26th. Holy crap, man. I'm gonna shoot for my first stream back being like around the 7th, probably. So, I mean, right now, I could stream the next 2 days. The reason I'm not streaming the next 2 days is I want to get some content recorded. That way, you know, there's stuff going onto the channel while I'm gone, while I'm offline. What's going on there, Jordan? It's going well, man. Going well. I'm moving over by Spokane, Washington, so I'm staying in Washington, just moving from the West Coast to the East Coast, basically. Going inland. I'm tired of all these damn sharks, man. Too many damn sharks. Going to be colder, and it's going to be colder in the winter and hotter in the summer, but it's a good place. It's good for the wife with her work, as there's lots of job opportunities there, and it's going to be good for me and my work, just with the better connection and more space and everything else. Finally go ice skating. I haven't been ice skating in a long time. But yeah, there will be ice skating potential for sure. In fact, I'm going to be right on a lake. Right outside of, or not right on it, but walking distance to a lake. Right outside of Spokane. I'm not sure if the lake freezes though. I know you can swim in it. So... I definitely enjoy going swimming in the summer, no doubt. So that'll be a good thing. Thanks there, Jacob. I appreciate it. Like we can dump all this into the DSTs for Wave 25. Yeah, it's a little town right outside of Spokane. It's still, I mean, you know, it's like minutes from Spokane, so it's like a Spokane suburb. It will be good. Well, yeah, we've been wanting to move for many, many years. We live in a really small house right now. That, and there's a mother-in-law factor. My wife's mom is going to be moving in with us, but we wouldn't have been able to get this house without her. It's a nicer house than we can afford, and having her mom there is going to be the reason we can afford it. Plus, her mom's just getting old, and, you know, my wife doesn't want her mom to be there by herself. That ogre is not dying very fast. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. God dang it. Son of a bitch, man. Spacing it out. That ogre just did not die fast enough. He ended up going through the wall. Boo. I think the Dryad would be an awesome addition for DDA. I'm not going to be out in the woods there, Mega Rocket, but yeah, there's fiber internet available. I never said I'm going to be out in the woods. Where the hell did you get that from? No woods involved. Well, I mean, there's probably some woods nearby somewhere, but yeah, that's definitely not the intention. The real life survival mode. I do pretty good at survival games, but I think real life survival mode, I might fail a bit. We would have to see how that goes. Alright, sorry to put you guys through this, y'all, but I'm gonna do this map one more time. I want another roll, you know? Just one more. I won't do this map anymore after this one. Win or lose. I know everybody's sick of seeing glitter. So is there any, the next couple of days I got to create a bunch of content for the channel while I'm gone. Is there any in particular maps you guys would like to see some build strategies of? I mean, obviously all the new mix mode stuff. I'm going to go through a bunch of those maps. Servants' quarters? Oh, man. Terrible joke. Terrible joke. Alk Labs? I'm not really sure why YouTube decided to block that one. I'm using the same old builds for Alk Labs. The thing with Alk Labs mix mode is you don't get the boss. And not getting the boss means you don't get the boss drops. And that just sucks. The Encore maps. I'm going to do one of those right now after this one. I'm going to do Endless Spires. That one's pretty chill. Pretty chill, no wall build. Once you, for Rifted mode and for mixed mode. Mr. Walls, where are you? Weapon and pet drops. I think I've got those already. I'm not positive. I'd have to look. I know I've got a pet drop video, but it probably needs to be updated. I don't know how long it's been since I put one out. That's the trouble with covering Dungeon Defenders related content, is your videos constantly change. That's one thing I wish they would look into, is those challenge rewards. Buff them up a little bit, make them a little more special. I mean, I understand they want the boss drops to be the premier weapons in the game. I get it. But it would be nice if there was something from those challenges. You know, instead of just getting weapons that are crappy. What's going on there, Mikey C? That's something else nobody else has mentioned. With that DD2 update, nobody has said a word about it. But y'all know damn well the Nuke Monk is going to get nerfed. It's the most powerful hero in the game. Balance equals the powerful things get nerfed. Well, that's what I mean, Oswarlin. It's low quality gear, you know? So there's just no reason to use it. Shit, man. I'm running out. Running out of juice. I gotta make sure that the ogre from this lane gets wrecked this time. Well, yeah, I mean, that's just the thing. You know, the drops are not rewarding. You know, what more can you say? Not rewarding drops, you're not going to do it unless you're having fun doing it. Like the assault maps are always fun to try to speedrun. You know, if you're having fun doing it, or just trying to unlock the achievement. That's why you would do it right now, you know? And that's not the right reasons. That Northside Ogre got shit on that time. Holy crap, man. That's that overcharge benefit. It's mastery mode all over again, you know, from DD2. Like, not all of the challenges in DD1, but some of the challenges in DD1 were good grind spots. You know, for a specific weapon or for accessories. They could even make, like, the challenge maps give better accessories. And that would be, like, a specific reason to go there. You know, like, right now, for weapons, you want a fusion boss drop weapon. That's just going to be the best weapon in the game. That's what you want. Early game on the Huntress, in my opinion, one of the best ones is the paintball gun, which is a random drop from Act 3, any Act 3 map. That one you're going to be able to get a really fast fire rate on it and be able to spray down some ogres. And then once you get into Nightmare, like the Demon Lord weapon is pretty good. And then once you get into Massacre, Demon Lord or the Summit weapon would be the go-tos. You can target certain things, Cole, but like the general loot, like just general armor pieces or general weapons, they're all going to be just loot that you get off the maps that is random. A lot of the generalized weapons, well, all of the generalized weapons that are not boss weapons are all tied to a specific act. There's a few weapons that cross over to various acts, but like the premier one You get a fusion boss weapon by killing a boss on Rift mode. Like for the Huntress, the top two would be the Demon Lord and the Summit. So if you want to play the Huntress, the best one, in my opinion, is the Summit weapon. But the one from Demon Lord has crazy good accuracy. So situationally, like if you're spraying down Copter Ogres or whatever, the Demon Lord weapon is going to be better for a Huntress. But as far as just raw damage output, you're going to be better off with the Summit weapon. Nah, the Dragon hasn't been the best for a while now, sadly. The Steam Robot is a really good DPS pet. It's cleave damage, its melee range is the only downside. So you got to get close to the enemies. But it cleaves and hits the entire pack. The Dragon, if you got a God Roll Dragon, it's going to do really good damage. But it's only going to be it's going to hit 3 targets. The reason the Dragon was so good before is that it had the highest potential quality. It wasn't that the dragon itself was good, it's just that you could get a better dragon than you could the other things. Glitter Helm Mix Mode drops the best non-fusion gear if you're looking for what the highest possible just non-fusion gear is. Glitter Helm Mix Mode is the place. Why not Xbox? Why not Xbox what? You mean today? Well, this is my last stream before moving, so I wanted to stream in 1080p, and I can't do that from the Xbox. I'll be able to after I move, though. Just can't yet. Yeah, there's going to be lots of new maps. There's tons of new maps, heroes. There's lots of things coming. Just got to remember, this is the base game. It's the base game still that they're even working on. So there's lots coming. We gotta wait for it to be developed, though. Congratulations on the baby. You mean the new house? What's going on there, Cloudy? How you doing? Oh, the move. I was like, what do you mean a baby? Is there something my wife is not telling me? Oh man, that would be a scary conversation. Yeah, there will no doubt be tons and tons of stuff coming. It's just like I said, this is still getting the base game tweaked. So, you know, once the base game is dialed in, then they'll start working on other things. I mean, they might have people working on the other things now. It's not like there's one person that works there. They've got, I don't know the exact number, but somewhere like between 15 and 20 employees. So I'm sure there's different people doing different things, you know? I don't think anyone would complain about the summoner getting added in their taser. That's definitely a fan favorite, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, like Oswarland said, if it's anything like DD1, it's going to have a ridiculous amount of content. That's one thing about DD1. You can't say DD1 doesn't have enough content. There is a shitload of stuff to do. An absolute shitload. That would be something I wanted as well there, the Rickus, but I don't think that's realistic anymore. I think at this point we have to hope for costumes that make the character models look a little better, and then that the new characters are a little bit more appealing. Think of that Sonic movie, y'all. Sonic movie got teased, the fan base went apeshit, said Sonic looks like crap. This is the biggest POS ever. So what did they do? They started over. They started right from scratch, created a new Sonic, and people ended up loving the movie. Well, what happened when DDA was announced? Literally everyone and their brother said, oh my god, these character models are awful. Everyone hates them. And instead of scrapping and starting scratch, they decided to repair what they already had in the game. Now, the skins do make a big difference. I mean, this, like the monk character model, I absolutely hate. But with this skin setup, it's a lot less painful to me. You know, it's a lot less painful to me. So, I mean, the skins do add quite a bit in aesthetic value. Just need to wait for more of them to come. The Apprentice, I think, looks the best out of all of them. I don't mind the Apprentice being a little shorty. I don't mind the face being covered, all that stuff. Getting the text messages going. Well, that was nothing. I'm waiting for the wife to call back. You know, those mechanics down in San Diego that were fixing my mother-in-law's truck that broke down are not exactly breaking any speed records. Well, I'm sure there's people that like the design, but there was an overwhelming amount of people that spoke out and said they absolutely hate it. Well, it's not going to have stuff like that, Goated. I mean, the accessories that are there, the hoods and stuff, will get different looks. But remember, it's no microtransactions, so it's not going to be a heavily cosmetic-focused game. DD2, of course, microtransactions decide the game's profitability, so there's a lot of micros, you know? All those cosmetics. So it won't, I mean, I would like to think they're going to have some shiny looking stuff, but it's not going to be like DD2. It's just not a free-to-play game, you know, so it won't have free-to-play mechanics. That's one thing they did do really, really well in DD2. Those cosmetics and the character models, everything is really, really nice to look at, you know. They definitely did a bang-up job there. No, there is no unlock. You just have them. When a new character gets released, you'll have it, Cole. There is no unlocking mechanic. The unlocking mechanic is getting one, starting a new one, and leveling it up. We got Southside Ogre this time, which means I want to back it up onto these DSTs. It looks like it's dead already. I think it's dead. The jetpack. That bounty hunter skin. Hell, even the little devil monk. I mean, the little devil monk skin in DD1 looked pretty badass. Accessories come from wave end boxes starting in insane mode, I believe. There, John. They're just, it's RNG. There's no set drop locations for accessories. There's not very many shields in the game. There's only, I want to say there's what, like 5 different models maybe? Poor Squire. There's no dies or nothing to unlock, Taser. You have everything for free. The only thing in the game that you unlock is the achievements. The dies and stuff you access right from the blacksmith. It's not actual dies. It's just sliders with the RGB values that you can just slide the stuff back and forth. No, there's no microtransactions in DDA at all. They've said specifically that there will not ever be microtransactions in DDA. Can you buy pets? I think there's the Tavern Keeper is not in the game yet. That's something I think you'll be able to do. And then player trading, of course, where the good stuff would come from. Oh, those were tied to pre-orders, Taser. There will be more of that stuff added in. But everything that's there now, as far as the skins go, were all tied to pre-orders. There's no way to unlock that. They were like Kickstarter specific things, or, you know, like originally the game was $39.99, and then they lowered it to $29.99. So for all the people that paid that extra $10, they gave them a skin. Yeah, that won't be something that you can unlock, I don't think, in the future, because it's tied to those specific events. Now, like the timed login reward type stuff, you'll be able to unlock. They said that all consoles will get the timed login reward stuff. Alright. Come on, RNG. Be with me. I love you, RNG. Love me back, please. Be there. Wow, that's a really crappy giraffe. Man, in a low roll still. 313. I mean, that's just a low roll. It's got the right stats. That would be a good piece for somebody just starting out in Rifted mode. But it is not a good piece for me. Nah, there's no split screen yet, sadly. It's one of the biggest features that are being asked for that's not there. Or do you mean DD1? You just said Dungeon. I was assuming you meant DDA. DD1 has split screen on PC. Oh yeah, no doubt there, Grimlock. The RNG gods hate me. They hate me. That's a good DPS piece too. I mean, that's a perfect DPS piece. But I'm not sure if I have any DPS heroes in minor gear. I'll save that one for now in case somebody wants it. Well, assuming they get trading in quick. Any games I'm looking forward to? There's so many games I'm looking forward to. Godly gear starts dropping in Massacre mode, TW. You can get up to Transcendent gear in Nightmare. And then Massacre drops the Godly. Diablo Immortal, Diablo 4, a bunch of Stardew-like games, that Roots of Pasha. I'm curious. I'm actually going to do a first look video of that new Magic ARPG that's in beta now. Yep, Subnautica Below Zero hits in May. I've actually played through that a bunch of times. Is there a certain chest? Well, any chest that you were looking for an apprentice weapon for, Kevin. If you're not specifically looking for a weapon, what hero you open the box on doesn't really matter at all. So, like, if I was playing a DPS apprentice and was looking for a specific weapon, or if I had a builder apprentice that I was looking for a really good stat stick, Massacre Summit would be the place. Subnautica is a wonderful game. That's one of the best straight up survival games ever made. I played Subnautica Below Zero quite a bit. When I go through the playthrough, when it launches and the full story's there, I may end up speedrunning it. Oh damn, Subnautica is the, what is it, the PS Plus game right now? That's a no-brainer, y'all. If you've got PlayStation and Subnautica is on PS Plus, do not get that. It's a play at home. I mean, if you can get Subnautica for free, it is a no-brainer. Grab it. It is one of the best survival games ever made. Just get it. It's incredible. Let's just go down the list. Somebody had mentioned the bonus maps earlier, so let's do an Endless Spires, and then we'll do a Magus. Yeah, absolutely wonderful, wonderful game. No doubt. Alright. Play at home is like their way of free games because that thing happened in the world. Oh, maybe I've been missing out then. Like, I've got PlayStation Plus, but I don't look often enough. I bet I've missed out on some free games on my PlayStation by not paying attention. We're going to do no walls on this one, so we're going to go with a Rifted and Snare Aura, or a Fusion Snare Aura, a Fusion Electric Aura, a Fusion Gas Trap, and then just a regular old Buff Beam. And that's it for that lane. And then over here, we're going to go the Ensnare. We're going to go Electric. And then we're going to throw a Buff Beam right across here. And we're going to throw a Reflect Beam directly across in front of it. And then we're going to throw our EV away and grab some Fusion DSTs. Let's get some traps in too. So we'll put one there. Just making sure the Buff Beam hits them for the range boost. My favorite heroes in every DD game are the Monk and the EV. I love the Monk and the EV. Always have, always will. No possible way of changing my mind. Shy of a new one coming out that I love even better. I just love everything about the Monk and the EV. The theme, the effectiveness, the playstyle. Love everything about those two characters. The defense has to just touch the beam. Like for an aura, anywhere in the aura range. So like you could put a buff beam right here from there to there, and it would still cover. It just has to touch. Some of the EV's defenses are a little bit tricky. Like proton beams, it actually has to go over the node. Alright. Jack that all the way up. I don't need striking anymore. Let's go with speedy instead. And then you can do the same thing if you want to and start off. This map, you don't really have to. But any map, if you start off on the Apprentice and throw down an overcharge and then switch heroes, you're going to get a big payout in the first few seconds of the wave. So, like I said, not really required on this map, but never hurts, right? You heard PlayStation 3 stores are getting shut down. I'm not sure on that one. Well, I mean, there's got to be a lot of the consoles still out and in circulation, right? I mean, they sold a lot of those. PlayStation 3 ruled the roost, didn't it? Wasn't it like way, way more than Xbox? As far as numbers, I'm not sure. But there's got to be a lot of them in circulation still, so... I mean, it's got to be getting close to shutting it down. That's where... You know, I mean, obviously, it's two different game sets, but like the Microsoft Store, being able to look at it all in one place and see this is a 360 game and that's a, you know, that's a Xbox One game or whatever, is kind of nice. I'm not sure though. I'm not, you know, Uzar left already, but he would know, I bet. I'm not up to date on all of the news on PlayStation. I ain't gonna try to hide it, y'all. My PlayStation collects a whole lot of dust. The hardest maps on every tier are gonna be the Act 3 maps westward as you play through the campaign. Or as you play through any game mode. The Act 1 maps are the easiest, then Act 2, then Act 3. You have a 360 that's been used solely for Netflix for 5 years. I think that is probably super, super common. The Rickus. There is no doubt in my mind there. I bet that is super common. They're all basically in order westward. Now, like, in my opinion, Glitterhelm is easier to do than the Summit. But Glitterhelm does have higher level enemies. So, on paper, or statistically, Glitterhelm is tougher. But, of course, the Summit has a boss fight you have to contend with at the end that makes it a little bit harder than Glitter, in my opinion. But, yeah, all of the maps are directly in order with difficulty. Your PS4 Pro is now your Netflix box. Mine is the Xbox One. I mean, my wife uses the Xbox One, but shy of DDA, I just never use it. Most of the game, I mean, we have like the Game Pass and all, but I usually play, I'll play Game Pass games that are available on PC, and I just play them through the Xbox app on PC. Well, I mean, it's easier in reality. I mean, the loot is better on Glitterhelm, the mobs are higher level on Glitterhelm, but just the design of the map and no boss, it makes it easier. Oh, well, you know how that works. That is just how it goes there, Rickus. These Xbox Series X's will be the old Netflix and chill box here in, 8 years or whatever? I don't understand that at all. Xbox didn't like that, I don't think. I don't think there's any issue with Xbox One and Series X players playing together. You would think that would be something that they would want to get away from on PlayStation. I mean, who knows? But you would think. Oh, they sell out ridiculously fast. I'm still on the hunt now, of course, with the move coming up so close, I don't want to spend any money. But I've still been on the hunt for a Series X. And, like, I'm following all of the Xbox Series X tracker.com and all those places. I'm following all of those things. And, I mean, you get a notification, you have to go right to it and look, because those things still are selling out, like, in minutes. What's going on there, Windrunner? Glitterhelm, or Spires here drops a potential upgrade for me too. If I can just get a little RNG on my side. What's going on, Demon? How you doing? What is... Oh, that's the siren. I'm like, what the hell is going on over at that core? If you found a bug, actually, there's no button here anymore. I think the easiest way to report it would be to probably post it on the forums. There used to be a button here in game that you could just click on. That must have been removed. You know, if you're a Discord user, you can post it in their Discord server. And if not, the easiest way is probably on the forums. I appreciate it there, Grimlock. You know, the RNG gods need to be appeased. Huh, yeah, that's just a weird way to go about it there, Cloudy. You have to download the PS4 version of a game just to play? With your friend? That is so weird, man. Why on earth would they choose that? Yeah, the unique weapons are only in the higher game modes. The other tiers, the weapons are all tied to what act you're in. And like for the monk and the apprentice, it doesn't matter at all. Because any weapon in the lower tiers can get up to 5 projectiles. And with the monk and the apprentice, that's what you're after, is the projectile count. The huntress still matters. The squire doesn't matter that much either, I don't believe. I haven't done enough testing on the squire to be able to say for sure, but... What planet? Staying on the same planet. That intergalactic moving expenses are a little pricey still. Some games don't have a PS5 compatibility patch. I mean, it makes sense. It just sucks, you know? It sucks for the player that that's even a thing. Yeah, my wife hasn't called me back. She's supposed to call me back when they get the mother-in-law's truck done. I'm gonna send her a text real quick. Let's see. The garage where, I mean, it's just a whole lot of bad luck. You want to talk about RNG? Check out this RNG. You're driving across the country. Your radiator or your fan breaks and destroys all your belts, and one of the fan blades goes through the radiator, destroying the radiator. Well, you stop off at a garage and you pay the ridiculous fee to get all the stuff replaced. And then the garage... Oh, there's Juicy. That's only the second time I've seen him. I'm going to kick his ass this time, though. Take that, Juicy. Anyway, the garage fixes all the stuff. And then lets one of their after-school interns take the car for a test drive. And there's a bracket that holds the fan in place that was never secured properly. And the intern doing the test drive... Thanks so much for subscribing there, Third Wheel. The intern doing the test drive doesn't bother to stop when he starts hearing something pounding against the front of the car. And instead he tries to make it back to the garage, which completely destroys the fan and the new radiator that they had just installed earlier that day. That's real. That's a real story. That just happened to my mother-in-law and wife. That's just crazy, you know? Well, I mean, if you're an intern at a automotive repair center and you're test driving a vehicle, you're supposed to be paying attention for things like weird noises, right? And not supposed to be going down the highway when these weird noises present themselves. I was like, there's no way that's a 104 upgrade giraffe. No, it's just equally as poopy. Doesn't have the right stats on it, but that's not a god-awful roll in the boots. That's a pretty good minor piece for a builder. But definitely not ideal. Nah, they didn't charge for the second fix. I would have thrown a fit. You guys, some of y'all know, some of you don't. Before I worked at the casino, I was one of the directors of the Jiffy Lube division for Pennzoil. So I've had my fair share of dealing with that sort of situation from the business perspective, where you get your oil changed at a Jiffy Lube and they forget to put your drain plug back in, and then 5 miles down the road your engine blows up. I've dealt with lots and lots and lots of stuff like that in my life, and there's no way in hell I would stand for that. I would go through the roof if they tried to charge them. She didn't reply. Back to my text message. Alright, let's work our way all the way down those bonus maps. So we'll get Magus Quarters a little run here. But yeah, anyway, the car was supposed to be ready at 2 p.m. for them to pick up today. And here it's 3:45 and they still don't have it yet. Do I play DDE? Not in many, many years. I did play DDE, but it's been a long while. There's not very many people play DDE anymore. I mean, I'm sure there's still a few, but there's definitely not many. Alright, let's see. Let's get gassy. Getting all gassy. Like I placed these a little bit wonk maybe. Or no, it's still gonna work. How long is the campaign in DDA? It's 15 maps. And then you move up to the next difficulty. So I mean you can complete it pretty quick, you know. If you're trying to just blaze through it or whatever. I should try, I don't know how long it would take. I should try to speedrun it on a fresh account once. That would be a fun live stream. Do a little DDA speedrun. I mean, that's the base campaign too, remember. I'm sure there will be more added to that down the road. You know, what format they do it in, you know, if they do it like the Eternia Crystals or whatever, we don't know yet. Crap, I made this 2DU instead of 1. Let's get 1DU here. There we go. About to get a 380 giraffe on Magus. That would be a dream come true there, Aramir. I actually have a pretty good fusion armor from this map. A really high roll for the map. I mean, not the highest, but certainly a very usable roll. Four to 6 hours by the look of it. I mean, I don't even know for context, because every time I've played through it, I've either been, like on launch day, I played through it all on stream, but every other time I've played through it, I've been recording, so You know, it's do one map, edit, upload the video, do another map, etc. So I have no idea at all. Yeah, DSTs are really good in this one, Cloudy. I mean, they're really good in DD1 too. LT stacks made for many of the builds in DD1. But the thing is with Rifted mode too, they're, you know, what they had in mind was they were going to encourage people to have more heroes, because you know, fusion armor only affects one tower. Now you can still build any tower, but it doesn't get any benefits from having the fusion armor. So with that in mind, like what they had in mind is people would make 3 or 4 apprentices, you know, and use 3 or 4 different Rifted heroes. But then they threw in those heroes have to be in your deck. So with the heroes having to be in your deck, you know, most people are just going to go right for what's the most effective, you know, what's the most effective strategy for 4 fusion setups. And I mean, for me, I'm doing every single map with Ensnare, Electric Aura, Gas Traps, and DST that are fusion. It allows me to do every map. Which did I have the most fun with? Well, I mean, as far as quantity of fun, it would definitely be DD2. I put a lot of hours into DD2. I mean, that's not to say I didn't really enjoy DD1 or DDA so far, but the hours are nowhere near yet. Antonio, what's going on? Welcome. I think everybody's pretty pleased with that. Definitely a lot of folks were wanting an update for sure. No, the gemstone will drop from survival as well. It's just the it's a guaranteed drop on campaign. The higher quality ones you'll get from Summit Survival. What's going on there, Douglas? How you doing? DD2, between all the different accounts and platforms, I'm guessing, I don't know, 13,000, 14,000, maybe even 15,000 hours. I mean, I've got alt accounts in DD2 with 2,000 Ascension, you know? And they're alts. Like, my third alt in DD2 is my lowest geared for the PC account. But my third DD2 alt is the lowest geared, and it's probably at like 1,200 Ascension, something like that. It comes from the final wave. The dragon comes from wave 15. And then the random pet will come from wave 25. From the boss kill. The random pet is going to be any pet from that act. So like for the summit, you could get the gemstone, you could get the dragon, you could get the hand. You could get the Ramster from Arcane Library. The monkey, or no, the monkey would be Spires. What else is it? What am I missing? Oh, the mega chicken. The mega chicken. You could get any of those. I'll be honest though, the gemstones, it seems like the RNG is not split evenly in my personal experience. Because just about every time I do Summit Survival, I get the gemstone. Oh, I have no idea how much money I put into DD2. I mean, I played the game for 8 years. I probably put $1,000 into the game just in giveaways on the YouTube channel. I mean, I've done a lot of giveaways and stuff in DD2. Well, there's only one defense boosting pet, and that's the gemstone, and it's situational, depending on what kind of boost you want there, Girthy. Like here, I'm using a speedy gemstone that speeds up the attack rate. On the glitter helm runs earlier, I was using a striking gemstone that increases the range. So which one is best would be a situational thing. Well, that's where DD2 failed, is it has no endgame. Onslaught is a joke of an endgame. Twinkie! What's going on there, Twinkie? Welcome, welcome. Give me the loots here, game. God, Aramir, I hope you're right, man. I'd love to see a badass high-rolled giraffe. I've never gotten one of any of the super high-rolls giraffes. All those giraffes. And I've never gotten one of the top-tier ones. I mean, I've got pretty good ones. But I don't have any that are comparable to some of the screenshots people post. Working on some Adobe Illustrator stuff before your TF2 scrims. Fair enough. You have a 361. That's a beast, man. I don't have anything that high. I think my highest is like, I don't know, 340-ish range. 347 for some reason pops into mind. This is my absolute highest one. I got none of that shiny Aramir loot. I think that kind of loot's reserved for you only, Aramir. No one else gets that stuff. That and his damn hats. Got all the upsell. Well, getting those 1% drops, man, you just got the wrong 1% is the problem. If you'd have got the high 1% instead of the low 1%, that thing'd be a beast. It'd be your best item. It still feels like a lot of enemies on this one. The sirens go up to their objective, and then once they get there, they're going to emanate an aura. You see that siren's got the little fire logo? That siren is emanating fire resistance aura. So any enemy that she passes on the way back is going to get fire damage immunity, and it's not removable. So you can't remove it with a strength drain aura. That's why the fusion gear became a thing, I think. Because the counter to that is fusion gear. You know, like that one with no icon is a physical. So it would make anything immune to physical damage. I don't see any other ones here. Now they are quite the pinatas if you shoot them and kill them. You know, they drop a big old pile of loot. But you don't have to. You can completely ignore them. Nah. Once they pass, once the siren passes them, they get it permanently. We gonna get another siren? I'll show you. I don't think we're gonna get another siren. Yeah, it's not removable by any means. So once they get debuffed, they're debuffed, you know. What's going on there, Braden? How you doing? First time here? Well, welcome, welcome. Just kind of chilling. I got a big move, a big real life move planned. And this is gonna be my last live stream before I get moved. This actually won't even be a super long live stream either. I gotta kick it in gear. Yeah, there's a video on Fusion Gear. I don't have a bot command set up for it though, so you'd have to look for it. That's another one that's probably on the list to be redone. What's going on, Diego? How you doing? Nope, it's over. Let me not hit G. Alright, Aramir said ridiculous RNG right here in this box. Let's see if he's right, or if he's full of crap. Come on, let me select the giraffe. That's actually a pretty good giraffe for this map. A pretty good quality. Kind of low roll on those gloves. It's got the right builder stats, so I mean this would, like, for entry level, if trading was a thing, I'd give those to somebody right now. Because that would be a really, really good entry level DST piece. And then the other one rolled crap. Yep. Phil is making you look bad. The Monkey King? I haven't looked at the Monkey King lately. We'll check it out here. It should. Let's see. I haven't played around with that pet in ages. Yep. Nope. Not doing any damage to the dummies. I wonder if that's a known bug, a known issue. Clearly not doing any damage though. It's going up to him like it's trying. Let's go into a map and see. Let me go into just deeper well here. It could be just bugged on the tavern. Type your question on one line, if you would, there, Braden. That way I can actually read it. I said hi, man. How can I fix I can't play with anyone? You shouldn't have a problem not playing with anyone as long as you're connected. As far as I know. Someone mentioned it in Discord. I'm assuming they're aware about it then. Yep, not doing a damn thing. Let's check out one of the other pets and see. Is this the only one? It's trying too, that's the weird part. It's putting out the little it's on the title screen, Braden. Yeah, there's two choices, play online and solo play. So if you go to the title screen, just hit the play online button. Let's see, let's try another one. Try a Steam Robot. Or it says multiplayer and solo. Yeah, just click multiplayer instead of solo. Yeah, the Steam Robot's getting it. Oh, you might need Xbox Game Pass to play online? I'm not sure about that one. I don't think there's any chromatics here to answer that either. It should say that on the store page, right? If you need Game Pass. Ew. Get a little Steam robot. Alright, what else we got? Try a Ramster or Ethereum. I mean, I guess I could test all this in the tavern. There's no reason for me to feel like I need to test it on a map here. That's getting it. Looks like it might just be the monkey, huh? Alright, Antonio, thanks for hanging out, man. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Yeah, you changed skins at the blacksmith there, Michael. Let's see, what else we got? Let's check the little wizard. Well, it's shooting already. Little wizard's getting it. Looks like it's just a monkey. Yeah, you want to create a set first, so let me unequip this stupid monkey so I don't accidentally do anything challenging with it on. So you come over, click through all the stuff. Would you like to create a Transmog outfit? Yes. And then you can go through the different things. You can change the colors. You can change the weapon skin, the different accessory hood, well, any of the accessory items. And you can recolor all that stuff too with the RGB values. If it won't let you change, then once you get past all that and you're into the new stuff, there should be... I'm not sure. The golden skin was all of the skins were rewards for something. The golden skin was a Kickstarter reward. Like the rifted one was a pre-order reward. The shadow one was we overcharged you $10 reward. So like originally the game launched at $39.99. So anyone that paid $39.99 after they dropped it to $29.99, or anyone that pre-ordered the game, you got that skin. The golden one was a Kickstarter reward. And then the crystalline one, I think, was a different Kickstarter reward, because there was 2 different tiers of Kickstarter rewards. So we got pre-order reward, we charged you too much reward, Kickstarter, and Kickstarter. So there's nothing that you can unlock in-game right now without having any of those. Well, thanks, Sarah to Pope. Welcome by. I was going to stream that Magic game today, the new ARPG that's in beta. I'm using the exact same build, I think, as my last video. I mean, I can show you what I'm doing, because I need to run it again anyway. If you guys don't mind. You guys mind another glitter helm? Can I put on gold? Yeah, I'll put it on somebody else. I don't want to mess with my presets on my main guys, but I'll throw it on another one. Let's see. Size matters. He's a ranged monk, y'all. I'm not being dirty. It's a ranged monk. So, like, you could go, weird. It's not letting me... Oh, because I need to change it. So, if you click the gear up here, and we just create a new setup for this monk. We'll call this one Size Matters. And then it'll allow us to kick the stuff. So that might be the problem, Michael. If you click the little gear up top and go to create, and then that will let you create a profile for that character. But then you could go like with the gold. Gotta give him a better looking pole arm, right? Well, how do you not go lightsaber, for God's sakes? You can go with the lightsaber. Get the St. Patrick's Day hat on there. And infinity bracers, I think, would be a must. And what about for the brooch? I don't think that one matters. But then you say, alright, the green hat looks like shit. You want it not to be the same color. Well, you can go in and adjust the different color values of the green hat and make it, you know, whatever color you want. Can't seem to find orange in here. Guess we'll go pink. But yeah, stuff like that. Alright, you want to see the Huntress gold? I'm not going to go through them all, y'all. This is the last one. They don't look great, I don't think, in my personal opinion. Let's see, let's find a Huntress. How about butt sauce? We're going to have to create a profile for butt sauce. Yeah, the gold it's straight up gold plated, dipped in gold, you know. Give her a little laser pew pew. Give her a corgi head. Or a summoner hood. There's the rifted corgi head. Let's give her a vanilla corgi head. Maybe the dark elf bracers. You know, so, I mean, there's things you can do. There is definitely things you can do with your appearance, for sure. Well, I mean, you can't trade yet. Trading's coming, but skins will never be tradable, I don't think. I really like this setup, though. This is the rifted costume, the dark elf bracers, the summoner hood. I think that looks pretty snazzy. And then I themed mine based off of what they were doing. So my DPS heroes are in the rifted set. My builders are all in the shadow set. So, yeah. But I think that looks pretty snazzy. Snazzy? Snazzy. Alright. So, survival, massacre, hardcore rifted, glitter helm is what was being requested. Let's get it. There's not really a best DPS hero. They're situational, depending on how you want to play the game. The defenses, there are meta defenses for sure. Crowd control is a big part of it, of course, so ensnare Rs and gas traps are pretty powerful. DSTs have the best targeting available in the game. Ah, shit, man. God dang it. I just blew all that mana on an ensnare Ra. That was not the right thing to do. Just saying. And then I usually start in the third tile, so in the third square here. And these, you want the right side, the little right arrow, to be lined up with the hallway, basically. So that anything that comes out of this entrance is going to get hit. And then that allows you the maximum amount of distance over to the left. So we look at it, the right side's lined up with the hallway, the left side is covering that far core down there. And we're going to go 6 of them placed exactly the same way. Now we want to go 6 this way. These, the right arrow, you see that orange crystal right there. You want the right arrow to be lined up basically with the side of that crystal. That one was a little bit over farther than it needed to be. But what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to hit the flyers. Plus, it's going to cover those lanes way down below down there. I like the crystalline skins more personally. I think the gold skins look very... I mean, the gold skins, you can make them look cool with the accessories. But I think the basic look of them is very vanilla, in my opinion. So, I mean, I like the rifted skins better, personally. See, and we're going to slap a buff beam on all this stuff. I have to be careful with my upgrades now since I dumped all that mana into that stupid ensnare. Well, that's the kicker. Your range doesn't matter, but you will want to use a striking gemstone, which we're going to have to put on. A striking gemstone is going to drop from the summit, and it increases the range. So the range that you have is not really important. Remember, this is the highest difficulty map in the entire game. So you should have appropriate range for that type of content. And then use the range gemstone. And we're going to throw an ensnare. And an electric. Let's get our gas trap in here. And then on this lane, we're going to throw in a wall as well. And it buys us a little bit of freedom. So we just want a 3DU wall here. And then we're going to buff it all with the buff beam. Just going to... I'll throw 3 upgrades on that. The other skins were all from pre-orders or Kickstarter events, so you can't... They're not obtainable at the moment. Currently, for a new player that just gets the game today, there are no skins obtainable. There will be, but there's not right now today. It was all tied to back in the game, back years ago. Like the Kickstarter is 2 years ago now. So if you back the game back on Kickstarter 2 years ago, you're going to have the skins. I mean, I know that sucks for people that want them now. But, I mean, that was the whole... That was the selling point, you know? Alright, now I'm 2 DU short. So I did something wrong somewhere. Yep, there's my wife. One sec, y'all. Alright, sorry about that, y'all. Looks like they got the truck all squared away. I gotta figure out where I spent this extra 2DU. I didn't put it on that reflector, or that buff beam, did I? No, that's 4DU. This one's gonna be 6 anyway. Oh, I put it in snare. I put the wrong R down here. Instead of putting it in snare, I put a strength drain. Let's get rid of that and go with an ensnare instead. I was like, what the hell, man? I'm 2DU off. That's what that was. There we go, Haya. They're going to pick it up right now. So it's all repaired and done. They're going to go back to their hotel and then they're going to leave at like 4 in the morning. Headed back north. But they have the truck. Or they will in a minute anyway. Alright, Windrunner, thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Sorry to pull away there, y'all, but, you know, real life is happening. As it tends to do. Anyway, over here we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to put a wall in as well. So, here we're going to want a 4DU wall. And just stretch it across there, and then we're going to buff that as well. Now, generally here, I'll dump the rest of the mana into this buff beam and this wall, and it wouldn't hurt to throw a couple of ups on that electric aura either. And then get this deck set. You want to make sure you have your apprentice, your traps, your ensnare, and your electric aura in your deck. And then it also pays to... Okay, I talked about the striking already. So you want the striking gemstone. And then it's going to pay to start on the apprentice, give an overcharge, switch to the monk, start the wave, and then tower boost. And then you got the first few seconds of every wave. You're going to have overcharged towers, which are just going to melt everything. Nah. Well, you can only have 4 fused defenses active at a time. So no fusion buff beam at all. Just ensnare, gas trap, DST, and electric aura. So basically what you're doing then is you're watching for ogres. If an ogre comes out of that lane or that lane, you're going to want to step this way a little bit and make sure that striking is hitting these 4 DSTs. And then if the ogre comes out of any of those lanes, you're going to want to step this way a little bit and make sure that the striking is on these DSTs. No, the fusion buff beams are good. I'm just not using it. I'm taking gas traps over it, basically. Before I was using the fusion buff beam and just regular gas traps, and now I'm using fusion gas traps instead. They're more like DD1 pets to poke. They're still not as good as DD1 pets, but they're more like DD1 pets for sure. Like there's specific tower boosting pets, specific tower repair pets, healing pets, mana pets, etc., etc. Well, I mean, a buff beam on everything makes it OP, to be honest. That's why it's a good thing they didn't... that they gave the EV and they didn't charge for it like in DD1. People that claim that DD1 was pay to win, it's because of the EV and the summoner. The game is... the end game is balanced around having the EV and the summoner. And you had to pay for those characters. So having the EV for free, the game of course is balanced around having the buff beam, but you're not having to throw money at that, you know? Which is a good thing for sure. Well, I'm glad they're back in a vehicle. Oh, yeah. Oh, you will no doubt put many, many hours in farming giraffes in DDA as well to poop. Well, it's just not a free-to-play game at all. I mean, down the road, after all of the base development is done and after the main game is in and everything else, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a big expansion that you had to pay for that had new heroes. But you can't make a hero required and then charge for it. That's the thing. If the heroes are optional, it's all good. But, like, the buff beams are very powerful. The game is literally balanced for them. So you can't make that a pay to own character. I mean, you can, but people are going to be pissed. So, I mean, I think they did the right thing there with the EV, no doubt. See what we got up here. Too fast to control. People that said the game moves too slow clearly had not seen me ping-ponging off walls in this map trying to get around. A lot of people said they felt like the characters moved too slow. I mean, come on, look at that clear speed. Yeah, there's no gated content at all. I mean, there's nothing to pay for. Everything in the game is available. There's literally nothing you can buy if you wanted to. Like, if I had an extra $10 and wanted to spend it on DDA, there's nowhere for me to spend it. So there's literally nothing that you have to pay for. So, once again, we're going to start on the Apprentice. Get our overcharge up. Switch to the Monk, start the wave, throw down a tower boost, and look for ogres. Okay, the ogre's coming out of that north lane, so we want to step over to these DSTs and make sure that that ogre gets burned. Basically, the DSTs aren't going to reach that stack unless they have the striking gemstone on them. Okay, so the ogre's dead. So now we just chill. Yeah, keep an eye out for any mobs that are coming. But, yeah, now you can just chill for the rest. Been enjoying the DD2 player numbers are actually way down right now. It's at like the second or third lowest point that it's ever been at. I mean, that will change once that update hits. That update will bring a ton of people in. But yeah, DD2 numbers are at record lows right now. I mean, they're not the lowest that it's ever been, but they're just barely above that. I look at that shit way too often. I should not care, right? I should play the game I'm having fun playing and not care how many people are playing it. But I constantly look up all that data. Like, almost daily. That's a 2,000 is a pretty big stretch. I think getting over 1,000 would be a pretty big deal. Getting over 2,000 is a definite stretch. I mean, I would welcome it if it happened. I would love to see that, but I do think that's quite a stretch. You gotta remember that, like, especially this first update, it's gonna be bug fixes and balance. That's not gonna bring people back to the game. I mean, it's gonna bring some people back to the game, but it's not gonna drive people back. Steamcharts.com, there's Citro. They update every hour. You can see hourly updates. And then for Xbox, you can use game stats, but the problem with game stats is they only update like every 2-3 times a year or something like that. Once a quarter. I don't even know how often they update. So the numbers are more like quarterly info. But yeah, it's where they go. It's a where they go from there situation. The first update, 100% will raise the average player base up by several hundred at a time, but it's not going to be massive. What would be massive is if they found a way to redo the endgame. That people would come back in swarms then. But the problem there is that's going to take a shitload of money. And, like, I mean, I don't know how many people are working on it right now. But if it's more than one, I would be shocked. You know, maybe two at a stretch. But it's not like they're dumping a bunch of cash into DD2. So people, you know, I mean, we all want it, but you have to keep your expectations realistic or you're just going to be disappointed. That, and remember too, this first update is going to piss a lot of people off too. It's going to make a lot of people happy and bring a lot of people back, but it's going to piss a lot of people off. Balance equals nerfs. Period. There is no balance without nerfs. And they said specifically this game is about, or this update will be about bug fixes and balance. So the nerf bat will swing, y'all. There is zero doubts about that one. I think the question, well, I mean, my question is what's going to get buffed? You know, like I said, nerfs are just part of balance. That just happens. But there's things that need buffs too, you know? So what's going to get buffed? And that's the part of balance that devs leave out way too frequently. I'm hoping they are right on point with this one. Not always about nerfs. In fact, at this stage of the game, I'm surprised they would want to nerf anything, to be honest. That probably not super realistic either, Diego. Anything that's going to be a big mechanical change is going to require a lot of development. And that's one thing that DD2 is not going to get. It will get their dedicated staff, you know, 1, 2, 3, however many people, will do everything they can, you know. The thing that makes me hopeful is I know for a fact there's a whole shitload of assets in the game that were unused. So that's stuff that wouldn't require any more development time. It would just require, like, you know, getting it mechanically functioning. But, like, the art and the models and all that stuff is all already done. So I'm hoping we get that stuff. There's multiple maps. There's multiple heroes. Make it like a seasonal thing? Yeah, that's not realistic either. I mean, I agree with you. That would be cool as hell. Make it like a Diablo 3 seasonal type thing. But that would require more work than they're going to put into it. Oh, I hear you, man. In my world, they're going to completely trash Onslaught, give us the Onslaught version that we wanted back 5 years ago, and redo the entire endgame. So I hear you about the dreaming. I got big dreams and aspirations too. But realism says nope. Well, I mean, today DD2 is better, no doubt. But DD2's potential is mostly spent, where DDA's potential is not even touched yet. So DDA is the big game going forward, where all of their development effort is going to go into. DD2 will get a little bit of love on the side. But it's still all about DDA, y'all. That didn't change. I mean, they just launched on Xbox. That was probably like $1 million. I can't imagine they made anything less than $1 million off of the Xbox launch. That's a lot of bacon sitting there on the table from their new shiny toy. And they haven't made money like that in DD2 in a long, long time. So, I mean, we all need to be grateful that we're going to get an update for sure. But I do think having realistic expectations will definitely pay off in the long haul. Alright, come on, RNG. Anyway, that's the build. I can't remember who it was that was asking for it, but that's the build I've been using on all game modes. You know, rifted, non-rifted, mixed mode, regular survival. This is what I've been doing. Come on, RNG. What do we got? We got Another, that's actually a little low roll for this map. Not terrible, but another not great giraffe. It's not a god-awful guard piece. It's not spectacular, but it's not terrible. And then the other piece came out transcendent. How you doing today, Theoden? You finally make it home from work? That's the big update that never came there to Pope, I hear you. They said that there's going to be changes to pets. Well, I mean, that's basically what I just did. I spammed deadly strikes with beams. That's exactly what I just did. You saw it. That was 100% DST spam build. Just woke up from a nap. Naps are good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'll keep that piece just in case. Yeah, I'm moving. Well, I mean, Monday we close on the house. After Monday, the new house is mine. Or not mine, but ours. So yeah, it's coming up, man. It's right around the corner. We let's do a gardens. Still need loot from here too. Well, I mean, the answer there is they need to fix the targeting on other towers, is the thing. The reason DST spam is so popular is because DSTs have the best, although they're still fluked and still flawed, they've got the best target priorities of any towers in the game. So, I mean, if they fix the target priority on other towers, then other towers would be used more, no doubt. I'm doing good there, Zach. Just having a little fun before I start all the painful moving and working and whatnots. Well, I mean, it's based off of DD1, you know, Diego? Why is that lit up? Can't get it unlit up. There it went. That was so weird. Oh, it did it again. Oh, it's my gemstone that's hitting it. Derp. Let's get rid of that so that it doesn't trigger me through the whole thing. Let's see. So here we're going to go ensnare. This is another DST spam build. I mean, it's nothing special. Ensnare and an electric aura. Do I know I can do fishing in Warframe? Is this your first time ever talking to me, Citro? I've got every fishing related achievement in Warframe that there is. It's my favorite pastime in the game is to go fishing. I've had people get mad at me because I was fishing during Eidolon hunts. I've had people like, come on, man, enough with the fishing. Yeah, man. I love me some Warframe fishing. I haven't played Warframe in a long time. I'm way overdue. I've been talking about that on stream for... Oop, I put the wrong tower down there. Been talking about that on stream for weeks now. I'm behind. I still need to get my helmet squared away. I can tell you what happened to me in Warframe. I got a Catch Moon Riven back at the very, very beginning when Catch Moon Rivens were like, you know, finding a unicorn. So I got a Catch Moon Riven back then. And I dumped my entire soul into re-rolling that ribbon and got completely burned out. That's what happened to me in Warframe. I love the game, but man, I got so burned out after that Catch Moon grind. My little goal in my head was I was going to re-roll this ribbon to be perfect, and then I was going to sell it for 10,000 platinum. But I never got the perfect roll, and I'm talking hundreds, literal hundreds of rerolls. Like, I spent, I want to say 80 hours in like a 10-day period doing nothing but grinding Kuva to re-roll this stupid Catch Moon ribbon. And it completely burned me out. And that's what happened. And still never got the roll. Like, if I log back into Warframe today, one of the first things I would do is go get some more Kuva and try to put one more reroll into that stupid ribbon. Damn ribbons. Man, I got these things placed so messed up. Ideally, this is a 10 DST build, but ideally you have your 10 DSTs placed a little cleaner. But it's not bothering me too much, so it's not bothering me as much as it should. And we'll go 2DU, 1DU. Oop, let me derp off the ledge. Have to go 2DU on that one as well. And then 1DU there. That leaves me 2DU. Did I get... I never put a buff beam in over here. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of this gas trap. And instead of the gas trap, I'm going to go with a buff beam here. That leaves one extra DU, but I don't really care. I'm not trying to get XP anyway. Oh, these are all kinds of derpy plays, Thaden. It's just I'm overgeared for the map at this point, so there's a whole lot of forgiveness. A whole lot of forgiveness. Yeah, well, I'm sure your 20 bucks would disappear, but I think the summoner would never arrive. I mean, I think they would put the summoner in if they had what they felt like was a way to make it work, you know? Quicksilver! What's going on there, Quick? They didn't say it will never come back, but they said that the chances don't look good, and if it does arrive, it will be one of the last things to come to the game. The summoner was so OP because it didn't follow its own set of... You know how you have defense units for your towers? Well, the summoner had minion units. We're a completely separate pool. What's going on there, Anthem? How you doing? It had this, you know, like this map has 130 DU available. If this was DD1, then the map would have 130 DU and 130 MU. So it added a whole nother layer, you know? Anthem's right there, Quicksilver. Anthem already said hi. The Summoner was a big fan favorite hero from Dungeon Defenders 1. Panic Green. It's where the Abyss Lord came from. came while you were typing? Fair enough, fair enough. The Abyss Lord looks super cool. Shame it sucks. It's actually a really good crowd control hero to play. Well, it was a really good crowd control hero to play before diminishing returns happened. Once diminishing returns happened in DD2, then the summoner lost a little bit of his, or the Abyss Lord, pardon me, lost a little bit of his pizzazz. Wrong tower. There we go. Can't do anything there either. No, my wife would be my main income. One day, I'm hoping YouTube is my main income. My wife works a normal job. Of course, she's hoping one day my income makes it so she doesn't have to work her normal job too, but that day is still far off. It used to be for sure. I rarely use the summoner anymore in DD1, but now I've just passed that stat threshold where complete overpowered nonsense happens. It could be, you never know. You never know. I'm going to do a whole lot of Orcs Must Die 3 coverage when it hits PC later on this year. I think that's going to be really good for the channel. Oh, I still play on the Summoner, even when I don't build on the Summoner. Overlord mode is too great of a quality of life thing. It's really, it's good. You know, it's very tactical. You being able to manage the whole map. Yeah, she's all for it. She's the reason I'm still doing it. I debated on stopping many times. There was no nutshell about what I wrote in the survey. I was very long-winded. I lost a DST there. He's peeking. Outriders is going to have everybody and their brother playing it is the problem. And that in the game is just not near as good as like Warframe or Destiny. They really it feels like they really left something out of that beta. That game had a lot of potential. Well, I mean, if it was up to me and there was no budget issue, I would completely scrap Onslaught, get rid of it altogether, go back to Nightmare, where passives rolled on loot, making loot special, and making like good loot items something you wanted to grind for. And instead of stopping at Chaos 7, I'd take it up to like Chaos 10 or 12 or 15 or whatever. Release a new tier every 3 or 4 months. And make Onslaught the endless mode that everybody asked for to begin with, that was already in the game and they removed to create that travesty that they've got there now. So, see, and that was the short version. The written form required extra lines. But I mean, I know none of that is realistic, you know, is the thing. The truth to the matter is long term, nothing that they do in DD2 will matter if they don't do something about the end game. Because long term, it's all about the end game, right? Right now, the initial experience is good. I mean, when you're brand new to the game and just playing up through the chaos ranks and all that, it's a great experience. There's nothing that really needs to be changed there. I mean, you could add to it to make it better, but there's nothing that really needs to be changed. The problem is there's an end game that doesn't involve any loot, that's complete, its difficulty is completely based on RNG, and your only reward or motivation to do it is a spot on a leaderboard that isn't even a leaderboard. A leaderboard is something where you strive to get first place, right? Well, that's not a leaderboard. That's race results. First place is already taken. Race is over. You know, that's the problem with Onslaught. In my opinion. I mean, obviously we all got our opinions. And I know, like, people that are at, like, floor 100 or whatever are like, what do you mean? Onslaught is super fun. Yeah, at first it is. And then you realize it's the exact same thing for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of floors. And the 999 people that beat it, those guys have got more patience than, like, anyone in the known world. Because you know what doing those tiers requires? It requires re-rolling maps and making sure RNG decides that you get a game mode that is going to be completable. You know, Onslaught is the travesty that killed Dungeon Defenders 2. I hate to say it, but that is truth. It brought a lot of, you know, I mean, some of you guys, I'm not even going to go on a rant. I'm just going to shut up right there. Shit's broke, y'all. There, I'll leave it at that. But, you know, that's the dream. You know, we've all got our dreams of what we'd like to see happening in DD2. That's my dream. Give us a good endgame mode that's got replay value. That's a crappy giraffe, too. Doesn't look like I got anything good on this one. Bunch of poo. Bunch of poo. Well, I mean, that's the thing, though, is Dungeon Defenders 2 a roguelike? No, it's not. So why on earth is RNG deciding your difficulty? That's just flawed game design right there. When you do floor 500 and you have to work your ass off, and then you do floor 510 and you go and you make coffee and a sandwich while it's running, that's not right. That's bad design. And that's what the game is now. It's completely RNG based. Man, I just cannot get a drop here today. Alright. What next, y'all? What next? I got time. What time is it anyway? I gotta get some stuff done today and start planning for what the hell I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have it chaotic next 6 or 7 days, probably. God, I still can't believe it's only the 26th, but I can do one more map, though. What do you guys want to see? Endless mode's awesome, but it's not in any Dungeon Defender games. Well, I've done glitter like 4 times already on this stream, Mikey. I mean, I'll do it again if the rest of you guys want to see it. There's no doubt there, Cytro. If you can do floor 100, you can do floor 300. It's just a matter of do you have the patience to grind through it and not get any reward. The loot doesn't get any better past wave 30 or floor 32. 32. There's no benefit to doing more than floor 32 as far as loot goes. Aquanos? Well, I can't do Aquanos Quicksilver. Alk Labs. I can do some Alk Labs. Massacre Hardcore Rifted. Alk Labs. Go, go. Let's kill us a big old demon lord. Tim, thank you so much once again. I do appreciate it a ton. I like doing the 2R stack here on Labs. It doesn't run as fast, but right now this map runs super slow anyway. But that's kind of what I like to do. And then, guess what else? We gonna spam DSTs, y'all. Crazy, huh? Let's go we can get a buff beam in up here. We're gonna need our traps back. And I'll put a gassy right there. And then we got 62 DU to work with. Come on, damn it, place. I got the placement off a little wonked. We might actually have enough DU to go with some walls here. I mean, walls never hurt, right? That's 10 left. We're going to need some reflex. And that's 8 DU left. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw some walls down. We'll just go 2 walls here. I'll get rid of that for the moment. We'll go 4 DU walls just to eat up all the mana. And then we'll throw a buff beam on those. And we should be GG's. I'm going to grab a different pet for the monk, just because I don't really need the boost at all. What do we want? Let's grab a kitty. Bring us a kitty cat. Jack that bad boy up. What else we got? I would fish the hell out of DD2 if there was fishing. There's even a spot already. There's fishing spots. Could you imagine all the people lined up on the boat in town fishing? That would be such a glorious thing. You know, I still haven't looked at that yet. There you go, Haya. Let me write it down. Dark Alliance. I can tell you what I'm going to be looking at here over the next couple of days that I'm going to record. and get it edited and ready for upload while I'm moving is that new Magic game, the ARPG, which I haven't touched at all other than in downloading it. There's also that core defense game just had a DLC come. I'm gonna check that out. I did a Tower Defense Tuesday video on it before. I mean, you could even do, like, for fishing, Citro, I've got it all planned out, man. I got it all planned out. You could have the fish be consumable items and have the fish give you a buff, like the kind of like the carnival pets did, or the carnival buffs back in the day. And then you'd even have a reason to go fishing. Would be such good stuff. On PC you can hold control and then use your scroll wheel. Well, yeah. I mean, well, what you could do is have the standard catch be the pet food, and then have like a rare chance of getting one of those carnival buff things. Completely remove it from drop. You must go fishing. What about the people? Well, I guess the people that don't like to fish could buy them. Hey, I'm all for it, man. I don't think that would be a super popular idea. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm all for it. I'll do some DD2 fishing. DD2 fishing stream. Hours of non-stop fishing enjoyment. Yeah, your ascension points are basically the same. Just different allocation. That's how it works. I love fishing in games. I don't know why. I mean, part of that, I think, is because I've always really liked fishing in real life, too. But, yeah, man. I mean, I am obsessed with in-game fishing so much, I even debated on doing a Stardew Valley Joja playthrough, fishing only. Fishing only. God, how long would that take? That would take you a long while. I haven't. I've never played that. Turn from Orc Slayer to Fisherman? Yeah, but BDO has also got that whole it's a trap thing going on too. I don't know any long-term BDO players that every long-term BDO player I know tells me never to touch the game. So just based off of what friends that have played it tell me, I'll never do it. And basically, we're just going to take all of the mana throughout the waves here and dump them into the DSTs. Want the DSTs to be juicy mofos. And then what we're going to do from there is we're going to start the boss fight up on the furnace. He's going to shoot his fireball, or his little fire on the ground thing. We're just going to sidestep that, put as much damage into it that we can until we die, and then we're going to watch the DSTs wreck his face. So that will be the boss fight in a nutshell. Warframe has good fishing. We were just talking about, that's what brought this whole conversation up, Quicksilver, was the Warframe fishing. Well, in Warframe fishing, if you catch the fishing during an update, it is very profitable. Like in Platinum. I got that story too. I made just over 6,000 Platinum in one weekend fishing in Warframe. It was right after Fortuna dropped. So the Fortuna update hit, everybody wanted those high-end fish, no one had enough rep to do it. Except the fishermen. And that was the first thing I did, was grinded up the reps so I could go fishing. In the weekend after Fortuna launched, I made 6,000 Platinum. In one weekend. Now, it was long days, I ain't gonna lie. That was like 10-hour days, both those days. I sold the fish. Sold them fishes. But the fish were a very much needed commodity for crafting and crafting the new items. And it wasn't that they were rare, they were actually super easy to catch. But to catch them, you needed a special lure. And to buy the special lure, you needed to have really high rep with a faction. And how did you get the rep? Well, you got the rep from fishing. So I already had all the rep, you know? I had it, my rep was maxed out. I did way too much fishing in Fortuna, y'all. I did one of two things in Fortuna. Everybody else is off killing spiders. What did I do? I went fishing and I rode my hoverboard. That was it. So I hoverboarded around to various fishing spots, went fishing, and then rode my hoverboard more after. Well, people didn't want to fish because it's grind, you know. I'm still sitting on like 4 or 5K Platinum. Right after that, I got that Catch Moon Ribbon, because that was, remember, that's the same time the kit guns hit. So I got that early Catch Moon Ribbon and fed my soul into re-rolling it. So I still have that Platinum. I mean, I spent some of it, but I didn't spend much of it. When I finally go back to Warframe, I will be caught up really, really quick. Because I've got a bunch of Platinum to spend, you know? I want to say I've got at least 5,000 Platinum left. I mean, it's a nice chunk of plat, you know? Yeah, I got the Oculus. Quicksilver, my fishing... I got a fishing frame, for God's sakes. I've got Zephyr set up specifically for fishing. That way I can go from fishing spot to fishing spot really quick. So yeah, my Zephyr is a fishing frame. Literally. It's just Zephyr because I like that whole fly around thing. Oh, I know, there's new stuff. I'm behind. I am behind. I left off before the... I stopped playing last time after the Railjack update, after the Kuva Liches and all that stuff. I want to get a Kuva Comb, and I never got my Kuva Comb. So I would need to, like, the first things I would want to do to jump back in and start playing it again would be, I want a Kuva comb, and additionally I want I'd have to get my helmet leveled up. That way I could dump some frames into another frame. Which my helmet is, I'm at this, like, I logged in and started the quest, but I never did anything. Like, never did anything past just accepting that the quest was there. You haven't played Warframe in more than 6 months? You're a big reason why I played it so much too, Quick. I know you're a big fan. It's changed quite a bit since then, Nick. It's still got a ways to go. It's far from a perfect game. But it's come a long way since then, for sure. What's going on, David? How you doing? I move pretty often. I haven't moved in, well, 7 years? 6 years? But yeah, we're staying in Washington. We're moving from the coast over by Spokane. They announced Corpus Liches. I got mixed emotions on the Liches thing. The Lich thing was a little irritating when you didn't know the mechanic. Oh, I can't wait. I've just got a really crappy few days ahead of me. I'm not really looking forward to. I mean, tonight, as soon as I get done, I gotta go to... No, I never did, Nick. I talked about moving, and I never moved. We've been planning this move for like 3 years. I'm living in the exact same house I've been ever since I left Lake Tahoe, which was, what, 6 or 7 years ago. He didn't re-up. He's in college. He's going to school right now. Well, what they call school right now. It's all online. He's going to UNLV, but it's mostly online at the moment. No, this is the same house, same internet problems. That's never changed. He is talking about it. He doesn't know what he wants to do with it yet. I mean, which is fine. I haven't pressured him at all. He's old enough now. It's his life. I'll give him advice if he wants advice, but he's got to make his own decisions, you know? I mean, I wanted him to re-up. You know, if he re-upped, then as a father, I wouldn't feel like I had to worry about him. But, you know, like I said, you can't... Last thing I want to be is the guy that pressured their kid into doing something they didn't want to do, you know? So I stay away from that whole conversation. Alright, so anyway, like I said, we're going to start on the furnace. Well, yeah. I mean, you never stop worrying. But I just got a little sense of security with him when he was enlisted. You know, he was mostly flying surveillance missions. So it was a lower, well, I mean, flying a military aircraft is high risk. It's in its own, I guess, but... Okay, so fire's coming. Gotta sidestep the fire. Let's get healed up. Oh shit, I died spacing. So, what I'm gonna do is sit here dead and watch the Demon Lord get owned by my DSTs. He's gonna go over and start smacking on those walls. And you see 6 DSTs are chomping away, making his life quite miserable. It helps if you look. If you look, you can jump and not get hit by that right there. But yeah, this is the build I do. Another thing you can do is, like, the fire is always his first attack. So if you start in the middle, if I can get back up here, if you start in the middle, he shoots his fire. All you have to do is sidestep it. So either way, whichever. And then get the crystals down. And then you can actually drop right down below here. And he is going to be aggro to you. So he's still going to come your way. And, but he has no line of sight on you. So he can't hit you while you're standing here. Now the mobs can, that are coming from behind. So you want to watch that. But that's another thing you can do as well to buy a bunch of time. And then the DSTs just kill him. Let's see. Let's loot it. You never know when you can get a better Huntress weapon. So we got a POS Huntress weapon. What pet did we get? Where's it at? Looks like we got a prop cat. Ah. That's not a terrible prop cat. I mean, I wonder what it upgrades to. Let's see. Ooh, no fort on it, though. Or no vitality. That's a big bummer. You could make it a builder prop cat for, like, doing summit. Let me just see what it upgrades to. You're on season 6 of Arrow. I like the first few seasons of Arrow better than the last one. Same thing with The Flash. I liked the initial seasons better. What's it gonna go to? That's not bad. I mean, that's not great. 121%. That's pretty good, right? I mean, I'll keep that to give it to somebody when trading happens. I wish it had vitality on it, though. Not having vitality on it's a bit of a deal breaker. Like season 1 and 2 of the Arrow and season 1 and 2 of the Flash, I like both of those a lot. But I do feel like they went downhill the further it progressed past that point. Yeah, I saw the Snyder Cut. I thought it was really good, but man, they didn't have to make it 4 hours. There was a lot of instances where they could have shaved some time off that. Who was it? Danny told me before I watched it. He's like, do yourself a favor. Watch all of the slow-mo speeds and double time. Now I didn't. I watched through the whole movie as it was intended. But I knew exactly what he was saying after watching it, you know? That's actually not a bad weapon. I mean, for somebody that didn't have anything. I might save that and give it to somebody. Well, assuming trading ever happens. Or it happens before my bags are full again. The Thunder Spike Trap. The Thunder Spike Trap is really strong, but it's got a few glaring issues. First off, it's single target. But, I mean, it hits like an absolute truck. Let me turn the damage number. Well, we can just look at the damage numbers. I mean, it hits hard. You know, what is it with a buff beam on it? Oops, wrong hero. We on Massacre? We're on Massacre. Yeah, that's a hard-hitting defense right there. Now that's with the... Or actually, I got him on the EV. So that's without the builder bonus. So, I mean, it hits like an absolute truck, but it's a single target defense. Huh, how weird. It says it's supposed to be hitting for 1.02 million, but if you look at the damage on the dummy, it's only hitting for 918,000. Something wrong with that, or something wrong with the tooltip calculation. Yeah, DDA will be on PS4. Have you looked on my channel to see the announcement? Yoinka? Of course I've heard about DD2 updates. This is what I do for a living, guys. I stare at Twitter, Discord, Facebook, Instagram, all of Dungeon Defenders related channels. I check all of them literally 25, 30 times a day. They post any news anywhere. I've got notifications that pop off on my phone, on Discord. Well, nobody knows the release date yet. They haven't announced a release date. I mean, that's the big question. That's what everybody wants to know, you know? Now, I was talking about Yoinka, their Crypt Track, asking if I had heard about the DD2 update. It's like, how on earth have I not heard about the DD2 update? I mean, come on. Of course I have. Alright. Well, anyway, y'all, that is going to have to get it for me for today. I'll be putting out a video talking about the move and what's to come and how long I'll be gone and what to expect while I'm gone and all that stuff. I'll be putting all that out probably tomorrow, I would guess. But this is going to be my last live stream from the coast. So my next live stream is probably going to be around April 7th-ish. Something like that. And it's going to be from the new house with my fancy schmancy new gigabit internet in an actual soundproof room and not crammed in a corner of the living room. I'm super stoked about it. So anyway, I'm going to be putting that video out here either probably tomorrow or the next day, going through some of the details. But I do appreciate everyone so much for all the support. I'm going to be quiet. I'm only going to be answering Twitter replies after like Monday for about a week while I get moved. So once Monday rolls around, you're not going to be able to get a hold of me through Discord or YouTube or anywhere else. Once I get it all dialed in, I'll show it. Yeah, it's not going to be anything super impressive at first. It's going to be a work in progress. But yeah, anyway, y'all, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. I'm still going to have daily content coming every day over the next week or so while I get moved. But I am going to be in either lugging stuff into a moving truck, lugging stuff out of a moving truck, or driving a moving truck for the next bunch of days. But anyway, thanks a ton, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I'll see you all soon. Take it easy.